I feel great. I mean, you couldn't be more excited about Kyle and John. Both are just studs. They're pros. They've been in this literally their entire lives, and I think they're going to work great together. And that's the most important thing. I mean, you see enough teams that the first thing you have to do is keep from losing. And having your GM and your head coach on the same page, I think you check off that first box, and then it's the rest of the work that we need to get going with.
And they talked about their excitement about coming in together and being a true partnership. Kyle Shanahan even saying, I didn't want to ask for certain things because I felt like I didn't need them. How does that make you feel?
Well, it's those guys, it's their personalities. I mean, they ultimately want to win, and they're not worried about, am I going to get all the credit? Is somebody else going to get credit? Like they're worried about how do we get the wins this week? How do we build up enough to get to the playoffs? And how do we get to February? And that's what we've talked about, is making sure that we have all those things in place. It's not about ego, and you need to set that aside if you want to win in this business.
You gave 6-year deals. What kind of statement does that make?
I think it's the most important thing to our players. We've had too much turnover, and teams that turnover do not do well. There needs to be a clear understanding that Kyle and John are going to be here for a long period of time. Our fans need to know that. I love our fans. They've stuck with us through thick and thin, and there needs to be a lot more thick. And that's what we're pushing for, and that's what we need to make sure that we enhance. And those guys being here for 6-year terms, again, I said that in the press conference. I hope they're here a lot longer than that, and I expect them to be here. But the message is clear. They're going to be here for a long time. It's just cool to know that Kyle understands the history of this place. He understands how special it is, and he's talked about it, and I certainly know his dad well enough where he's talked about it, that his dad was always a great coach, and I think he learned the cultural piece when he came here from '92 to '94, and that propelled him to be, in my opinion, a Hall of Fame